Today we are making some marinated chicken wings. I'm going to call it a honey ginger sesame chicken wings. Made up the recipe literally not that long ago. We're trying it out for the first time together, and it's a little after 8. I'm not going to cook these until sometime after 4, and so it's going to give it some time for all the flavors to infuse. Also, ignore the crooked bun. However, my hair went. We just going with it. This is a slow living homestead. I take my time when I'm cooking. Also, you won't be seeing me with a face full of makeup. I do not wear makeup. I suffer from dermatitis. So this is what you get for the most part. Also, a lot of my videos are faceless videos. I don't like to be in front of the camera, but I like to share how I cook and hoping it inspires you all. And y'all gonna hear me say y'all a lot. I am a Louisiana girl. And if you hear any noise in the background, I have a couple of fur babies. So let's get started, y'all. Okay, I got these Tyson chicken wings. I bought like 4 bags from Super One. It's 2.5 pounds. This is what I'm going to take them out of this liquid because you know it's been thawing overnight. Pat them dry. Yeah, I might have to do 2 bags. This is like not a lot. This is 14 wings in this 2.5 pound bag. I think I'm going to do 2 bags because y'all. Okay, y'all. So now I have 2.5 pound, 2.5 pound bags. So that's 5 pounds of chicken wings into this bowl. And it's also 28 chicken wings. There's 14 count in each bag. This bag does contain, the wings contain a glaze on it. I let it thaw until in the refrigerator slowly until it's completely thawed. I patted the wings down a couple of times, remove all excess liquid as well. Now, I originally was going to do 2.5 pounds, but now that I doubled it, because I want leftovers, if there will be any. We'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna clean this mess up, and we're gonna put the wings to the side and start on our marinade. Okay, I had to rewrite my recipe so it accommodates these 28 wings or 5 pounds of wings. So we're gonna make the marinade into this measuring cup. And first we're going to do, I'm using coconut aminos. And we're gonna do a cup. That's the rest of my coconut aminos. Well, I need to make a trip to Costco. Let's do, we're using some white wine vinegar. Sorry about the noise. We're gonna do 1/4 cup. A 1/4 cup of toasted sesame oil. a half a cup of honey. I'm going to use this measuring cup so the honey will come out much easier. And that is our wet ingredients. Okay, before I add the seasoning, I'm going to go ahead and add some starch. Now I'm using some arrowroot starch. You can use cornstarch if you want. And we are going to add 4 tablespoons. Give this a quick mix before adding the rest of our ingredients to get that starch mixed in there. I think I'm only going to do 2. Yeah, let's do 2 tablespoons. I'm already rewriting my recipe of minced onions. Okay, we're going to add 2 teaspoons of some ground ginger. A half a teaspoon of some cayenne pepper. Some Himalayan pink salt. I'm not measuring this. So salt and pepper to taste. About that much salt. I'm using coarse black pepper. Again, not measuring it. About that much. And I think I'm going to go ahead and add a half a teaspoon of onion powder. Of some granulated onion powder. And we're going to give this a mix. I'm going to give this a quick taste. I'm going to add some more salt. Give that another mix. Definitely has a little kick to it. It's good though. And this is our marinade. Now, it does need a little time for the minced onions to infused, because you're not going to get that full-on flavor right now because it needs to reconstitute in there because it's dehydrated onions. So, and then you have the arrowroot starch that's going to thicken this marinade. That needs a little time. So we're going to move this to the side. I'm going to clean up my mess, and then we're going to add our marinade to our chicken wings. Okay, we got our wings. Already got our wings here. All right, I'm going to save about 2/3 of a cup of this marinade before we add the marinade to our chicken. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out 2/3 of a cup. I'm going to set that aside because there's a few more things we're going to add to this. Now, the rest of our marinade, we're going to add it to the chicken. Okay, I'm going to give this a good mix. We're going to wrap this up. Okay, wrap it up or cover it up and let it marinate for a couple hours. So to the reserved marinade, which is going to be our sauce, got my honey back out. First I'm going to add a heaping tablespoon of parsley flakes, 2 tablespoons of honey. Still changing my recipe as I go because that's not what I wrote down, but we're gonna go with it. I'm gonna give this a little mix. We're going to put a lid on this and we're going to put this to the side. This is what we're going to drizzle on top of our wings. I changed my mind. I'm going to add 1/4 of a teaspoon of some coarse black pepper, 1/4 of a teaspoon of some Himalayan pink salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of some granulated onion powder. Give that another mix. We are seasoning everything, right? Okay. Now we're going to cover this up. Now we're going to put the lid on and let this continue to marinate. I'm going to put the chicken and the marinade / our sauce in the refrigerator and let it continue to marinate for a few hours. And then about 4 o'clock is when I'm going to take everything out. And it's probably about 4:30 is when I'm going to start cooking the wings. Let's just say roughly 4:30 is when I'm going to cook the wings. So into the refrigerator, clean up this mess. Okay, I took out the chicken wings. It was probably a little bit before 4, and it is 4:15 now. I'm going to give this a good mix and start to put it on a parchment lined sheet pan that fits in my air fryer toaster oven. Okay, we got our sauce just sitting on the side. Crumble up some parchment paper, put it on my little sheet pan here that fits in my air fryer toaster oven. Smells amazing. I'll show you a close up, another close up. I'm gonna give this a good mix. And now we're going to start putting them on our pan here. So we got half of the wings. This is 14 wings. We'll do 14 at a time onto our little pan here. We're gonna put this in the toaster oven at 375. Now I'll cook this for about 40 minutes. Flipping it halfway through. And we're going to, I'm just gonna cover the rest, let it continue to marinate. Remember, we got some more marinade, and once all the chicken is done, we're going to add this extra marinade on top. It's going to be so good. Okay, this is what it looks like after 20 minutes. We're going to flip them over. And then I'm also going to rotate the pan. We're going to rotate the pan, and I'm going to put them back in for about another 20 minutes. Okay, got my bowl that I'm going to put all my wings in. I'm going to simmer this sauce when the second batch is almost halfway done. Y'all, look at all that. So I'm going to go ahead and get all this goodness right into this pot. This is going to warm up the sauce. Get it nice. And I don't really need to stir it right now. Nice and sticky for the wings. Alright, so I'm just going to put a lid on it, put this on the side, and y'all, my wings, first batch of wings, are coming right out the oven in a few seconds. Okay, here are the first batch of wings. Y'all, look how good this looks. This is the first batch. I'm gonna add all this to our bowl. I'll show you a close-up of what the first batch looks like without any sauce. I'm going to cover this and put this to the side, change this paper out, and get our second batch into the air fryer. Okay, so our second batch is going in. Okay, the sauce is simmering on the stove. The second batch of wings is almost done. I washed some black grapes, some blueberries, and strawberries. I'm starting to set up my little tray here, which is just a sheet pan lined with parchment paper. Okay, The second batch of wings is almost done. Got a little less than 2 minutes. We have our sauce here. You see how nice and thick that is. All right, I'm gonna uncover this. And I'm going to get some of the sauce right in there, like half of the sauce. And give that a quick little stir. I mean, look at that, y'all. All right, so there goes the second wings. I'm gonna get this out the way. Probably didn't even need the sauce because these are pretty, got a little sauce to it already. It's a piece right here. Yeah, I'm gonna eat that. So go. Pour the rest of that sauce in there. Give it an initial stir. I'm gonna get this out the way so you can see this better. This is nice and sticky goodness. All right, so I'm going to put this right back on and give this a good shake to help mix it. It's a nice way to not get it everywhere. Okay, y'all. I shook this as hard as I could. Look at that. Take this off. And y'all, this looks so good, right? Nice and saucy. Put it on our tray. Also going to give y'all a close-up. Hey y'all, and this is my honey ginger. Oh, forgot the sesame seeds. Let me go get the sesame seeds. Okay y'all, I almost forgot my sesame seeds. And y'all, this is my honey ginger sesame chicken wings. Y'all, I hope y'all try this recipe. This looks so good. Smells great. Y'all know I had to show y'all a close-up. Look at these wings. The the black grapes, strawberries, and blueberries. Doesn't this look beautiful? Thank y'all for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope y'all give my honey ginger sesame chicken wings recipe a try. Y'all, these honey ginger sesame chicken wings were great. We ate all but 9, so here's to the leftovers.